Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining today. My name's Reagan Sonnabend. I am an entrepreneur, a real estate investor, and a midterm rental corporate housing operator. Today, I have with me my friend and fellow Owners Club member, Dana Jones. Dana, welcome. Thanks for joining today.
Hey, how you doing, Reagan? Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Of course. I'm so excited. I first met Dana at Squat Up Summit, and, that was just such an amazing experience. And, I think we all, it was kind of like Woodstock, right? Like, I don't think anybody really knew until it happened, like, how amazing and powerful and awesome it would be. But, you just, I think so much within the creative finance community, we have so many like-minded individuals. And I knew that, we kind of immediately bonded over some of the nonprofit work that you're doing that I definitely want to talk about. But I also want to talk about, some of the amazing things that you do and can offer to the community when it comes to financing. I know you have kind of a powerhouse team, yourself and your wife, offering funding and helping investors get deals done, whether they're creative, run of the mill, Morby methods, whatever that looks like. So, can you fill the audience in a little bit about the types of funding products that you have?
Okay, well, actually, so she's talking about my company. It's called E-Plan Mortgage. So, at E-Plan Mortgage, it is a great thing being a part of Owners Club, Sub 2, because with that, we actually help a lot of investors out with their DSCR loans, their fix and flip loans, and also I'm a part of a business buying mastermind as well too. So we do SBA lending for people who want to acquire businesses. So that's a great thing because one thing about Sub 2, I know, Pace preaches a lot to get the property like Sub 2, don't use the bank or don't try to use none of your money. But if you can't get that property subject to, then we can actually fall in line and actually help you out with that DSCR loan. So that's a good way to actually build your portfolio. Or if you do a fix and flip product, that's a quick way to kind of, you can get your money like right then and there. So we help people do the DSCR loan and build a portfolio and fix and flip so they can have constant cash flow coming in. So at E-Plan Mortgage, we offer, all those products.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. You said that about the SBA loan. I do have one thing that I'm looking at right now that I think could fall in that category. So we'll have to have a separate conversation about that. And the funny thing is, I did think about that and just hadn't had a chance to connect with you or Erica on that yet. So always more conversations to have in the future. So thinking about kind of your active day to day, what you're working on, would you say, tell me, you mentioned business buying. There's a lot to unpack there. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing with that.
Well, my day to day consists of pretty much so at E-Plan Mortgage, it's kind of like in a role you kind of like pick your role, you pick your seat. So I'm the marketer. So you mentioned Erica. Erica is the one that actually runs the day to day of E-Plan Mortgage. So my day to day is my behavioral health program. What I call it's called Renew Path Recovery. So with that, we have a residential 3.1 service over in Baltimore, and we're actually bringing it over here in Los Angeles. So that helps out with mental health, drug rehabilitation, and all that good stuff. So we're actually doing that, and I'm actually looking at a business now. Um, the seller wants 3 million for it. So once we analyze and looked at the numbers, I think I'm going to actually offer them anywhere from like 2.1 to 2.2 million, and I'll actually roll that up with my residential program that I'm doing right now. So that's in my buy box, like the behavioral health program. So with that right there, and actually having a knowledge of how to do the SBA lending and also how to do the real estate lending, and it kind of helps me out each and every day.
Absolutely. Well, and I will tell you a lot of what you just said in that whole little bundle there, I don't really understand. And I think probably some others listening might have the same thing. So when you say your new building is 3.1, tell me what you mean by that.
So a residential 3.1 is pretty much mental health and drug rehabilitation. So,
Mhm.
we had a big problem with the opioids, the opioids, and it's like in the inner cities and actually a lot of neighborhoods, it's been like messing people up. So what we have at the residential 3.1, we actually bring you in, we actually give you housing, and then from there we actually give you counseling. So you have one-on-one counseling, and you also have group counseling. We have a therapist to actually kind of walk you through and kind of get you back on your feet. And once you're back on your feet, we actually have a workforce development portion of that, where so we can get you a job, or if you're an entrepreneur, we can actually get you on your way so you can be an entrepreneur. So pretty much get you back on your feet and set you up for success.
So it sounds like some wraparound services, and I'm curious with that kind of setup. Are those usually single occupancy rooms, or is there typically two people or more in a room?
With those right there, it's single occupancy. So yeah, it's single occupancy, yeah. And with that process, it's been like I have three locations in Baltimore. The first one opened, it was an 18-month process. So with that is
Wow.
like a lot of yeah, you have to go through a lot of different screening and all that type of stuff because like I said, you have to have therapists, and then for my outpatient clinic I'm waiting for right now, we have a psych nurse practitioner. So it's like a lot of people who had to have like their good credentials. So it's kind of like sober living, but a step up from sober living because you have to be licensed, and it's a good thing because you're actually helping back. You're giving, you're helping out the community.
Absolutely. That, I mean, it definitely does sound like, a complex business model. And like you said, it was 18 months to get started. I can see why, because there's so much to navigate with something like that. Now, when you mentioned that you were part of a business buying mastermind, aside from what you're doing with that, are there other types of businesses that you tend to buy?
But right now we have a nursing school over LOIs, it's under LOI. So we actually, that's like a good thing. So my buy box is pretty much behavioral health programs, assisted living, nursing schools. We're going to get into staffing and also billing. So what you do once you have a business, you do like what we call a roll up model. So you try to buy other businesses that kind of complement that. So therefore, I don't have to
Sure.
do another marketing campaign. I already have everybody right there, and I can kind of like intertwine everything in together pretty much.
Yeah, vertical integration is definitely what it sounds like. A nursing school, that's amazing. How many students are there at a nursing at the nursing school you're looking at?
Well, right now at the nursing school, they weigh anywhere from like 50 to 60 students.
Wow. And where is that located?
It's out here in Los Angeles, California. Yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah. So it's
Wow.
always good. It's always good to get something in your buy box. I mean, in your buy box, and also something good in your backyard. But actually, the business I'm looking at is in Virginia. But one thing about being a part of like a lot of these communities, you can actually JV with other people. So therefore, you can actually have boots on the ground. So sometimes, I mean, well, not even sometimes. A lot of times, you can't do everything by yourself. It's always good to network and kind of do joint ventures with other people. So therefore, you can actually get to where you need to get a little faster.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, I know from a prior conversation before Owners Club, you've been involved in other masterminds in the creative finance community. Tell me, maybe just kind of start back at the beginning and kind of walk through how you've gotten to where you are today.
Oh wow. So I actually got where I am today. I started selling cars years ago back in Baltimore. So I was selling cars. So I had a car dealership. I was selling cars. I would sign people up under that. I was at the auction one day and I bumped into like a buddy of mine who was actually into real estate. So we had a deep conversation, and long story short, I got into real estate, and that was before I knew anything about lending. That's before I knew anything about creative finance or anything like that. So I bought a house like cash. I actually renovated the house like with my own money. So I didn't even know about anything about the lending products or anything like that. So I would renovate the house, sell that. That would be my savings, and then from there I would actually take that and put that into the cars, and the cars would be like my everyday money. So I would kind of like flip flop both of them, and then anything you get into, you want to get like a little deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So as I got deeper into it, then I learned about you can actually get hard money loans and all that type of stuff. So in order to get to the next level, you have to kind of like leverage other people's money, give
Hmm.
them a buy-in and give them a profit, and therefore you can actually get to where you need to get fast, and you can also help them out as well. So that's like a long story cut short type of my journey. I went from cars to real estate to business, and I think I did a post on Instagram like maybe a week and a half ago, and I just said it's interesting because in a car, when you sell a car, you can get your money that same day. When you do a real estate transaction, you can get, you can close a deal anywhere from like 15 or maybe 30 days. When you're buying a business, you actually do that in anywhere from like maybe 60 to 90 days. So it's kind of like levels to it. And it's a great thing that God allows you to go through all of that so you can kind of compile it all to one.
Wow. And kind of thinking back to when you first did get into real estate, how long ago was that?
Man, now you got me telling my age. Everybody think I'm 29, 31. I believe I've been in real estate for like a little bit over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, for like a little
So
bit
you've
over
seen a
20
lot.
years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw a lot, and then actually one thing that actually allowed me to move to California 13 years ago was when I was living in Baltimore. I was renting out rooms. So now they call it pad split, but it was like way back in the day. That's what I was doing. I was buying like 3 to 4 bedroom homes. I would kind of like chop them up and just rent the rooms out and stuff like that. And from that cash flow that I was getting from those room rentals, that's what allowed me to move to California. Well, I didn't know a soul over here, but it allowed me to kind of like navigate and find my way over here, pretty much.
Wow. And so how did you choose California for where you're going next at that time?
Man, it was either Houston or LA. I know I came out here in an All Star 2011. So I came out here. I was in Baltimore. You know, I was kind of like I was doing my thing in Baltimore, but I came out here and I said, man, they're really living out here. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it just made my mind just go to the next level. So I came in 2011. I came back 3 months after that. Then I came back another 2 months after that, and I just said, you know what? I would rather be at the bottom of a place that doesn't have a ceiling than to be at the top of a place that has a ceiling. So I just came out here and just stepped out on faith, and the Lord said, LA is the place. And I just came out here, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because out here is where I met my wife Erica at, and we're in the same industry and everything that's aligned. So I just go where the Lord tells me to go.
Wow, that's amazing. And so, kind of thinking about like how you found your way to the creative finance community. Walk me through that.
Oh my goodness. So it's funny how I actually found my way. So actually in my mortgage company, we would get these leads. We would get these leads to come in. So we get like warm leads. A company give us like a warm transfer. So I was talking to a gentleman one day, and he was like, man, you ever heard of this guy Pace Morby and Sub Two and this that, and the third? So we sat on the phone and talked for like 20 minutes. I didn't close him as far as a lead, but he told me about Sub 2, and I was like, wow, that sounds cool. So
Hmm.
for me, I was focused on doing the mortgages, and I was focused on fix and flip because I still had my crew over in Baltimore. So I tried to get my son to sign up for Sub 2. I tried to get my brother-in-law, my cousin. I would tell everybody like, hey, look, y'all sign up for this because you can be a wholesaler. You sell me the deals for like a nice price, and I can get my crew that's to fix it up, and we can just sell it. And everybody just kind of like dragged their feet on it. And then one day I was like, you know what? Just forget it. I'm gonna sign up for it. And being as though I signed up for Sub 2, that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because with that, it actually taught me the power of networking. It actually taught me the power of community, and that's like everything. So it's great, and there's a knowledge that you get in Sub 2, but the true power is the community and everybody who you get to network and be in the right rooms with the like-minded individuals. So again, I guess God was like, it wasn't for them to sign up for it, it was for you to sign up for it. So it's like, yeah, that was a life-changing decision as well too.
Absolutely. You're so right. I mean, the power of the community is like you can't even really explain it. And, I think that we're so fortunate in, our different geographies and different meetups and things, and how, everyone in the community at large, but also in Owners Club, really kind of has each other's back. I mean, it's amazing how often you see someone posting that I need someone to go walk this property, or, to do something, and someone just shows up and helps out and brings expertise.
Yeah, yeah, and that's everything. So it's almost like it's beautiful to be around everybody that's different, but we're the same. So it's like you're in a community for a whole bunch of givers and not takers. And that's
Yep.
like the number one thing. And then for me, some people like even Owners Club, 30,000. Man, I'm not going to pay $30,000 for a mastermind. So hold up. You would rather pay $50,000 on a fix and flip and put everything in the hands of a general contractor to maybe get an investment back, opposed to putting $30,000 on you, because you are the gift, you are the one. So it's like, if I can invest in real estate, why would I never invest in myself? So investing in all these masterminds, that's like freaking like everything, because you're investing in you, and then you bringing some value to the table. You're meeting other people who are bringing value to the table, and it's like on sharpens on, and it's like you guys just connect and just go to like the next level, the next stratosphere. And that's how I'm able to do like a lot of deals, even those DSCR loans and them fix and flip loans, because I'm locked in these communities.
Absolutely. And I think the thing about it too, I realized some time ago that like it's a self-sustaining ecosystem, just like, you have all of your funding options, and so many people in the community, pretty much everyone needs that. And so you've got wholesalers that are bringing things, you've got, funding that's available, you've got people that are helping out with different aspects. So really it's just finding the right way to partner together with other people in the community, within that trusted community, to be able to, really succeed and do bigger and better things together.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I tell everybody that it's like, if you're not part of a community, like, I mean, it's good to be a part of like a course. It's good to buy a course, but not the course. You have to get a course of something that's a community. If you're not part of a community, I would tell anybody, like some people say, hey, what would I do if I only had $5,000 to my name? I told one person I was on a podcast before, if I only had 5,000 to my name, I would just freaking invest that and just join some sort of a community and just like, yeah, just freaking take it from there and then let God lead you and take you to the next level.
For sure, you're right. Because I mean, really, I think traditional courses, it's like you've got, whatever you learn, but you're on your own. And so the community piece can't be overstated for sure.
Yeah, that's how we actually met. We met, like you said, at Squad Up Summit, and then the thing about it is you get to meet people. So I think we met like a little bit over a year ago, and then you see each other again and again and again. So then you actually kind of build like a rapport, a trust factor. And the next thing you might bring a deal to me, or I'll bring a deal to you that's in your buy box, and that's how we actually do it. Because like you said, in a course, sometimes you feel like you're on an island by yourself and you're trying to do everything alone. And it's like, man, it's going to take you forever to actually get to that next level because everybody's always talking about legacy, legacy, legacy. And the way that you actually build true generational wealth and true legacy is to actually be with other like-minded individuals and just team up pretty much. That's how I see it.
Absolutely, Squad Up. That's how I got the name, I guess. There you
Yes.
go. Awesome. Well, as we wrap up, just tell me and share with the audience kind of, what do you have and what do you need? What type of things would you like people to reach out to you about, and what types of things can you help them with?
Well, like I said, with my company, ePlan and Mortgage, we actually love, we're actually direct lenders. We can do loans in all states except for North Dakota and South Dakota.
Hmm.
But for homestead buyers or owner operators, we're direct lenders in California, Maryland, Georgia, Texas, and Florida. So we can actually help owner homestead buyers in those areas right there. But for investment properties, we're actually here to help you out. So if you need help with a DSCR loan, you actually need help with like a fix and flip loan, or even like I said, even a Morby method, like kind of coming to second, we can actually help out with those. And then like a lot of people from the real estate industry are actually switching over to business bonds. So if you actually need help with like SBA loans and stuff like that, we pretty much got you. And then the beautiful thing is about it is, coming from a lender perspective, I'm not just a lender who actually sits on a couch and just try to do these loans. It's like I'm actually in the field with everybody else. So me and my partner Erica is like it's like a whole wealth of knowledge. So we actually love to help other people. Like the book you had behind you, we actually help other people buy back their time and actually build a portfolio to actually get to that next level. So if you need any help in the lending space, that we're actually here for. And also, if you know anybody who needs help over there in Baltimore, Maryland, over here in Los Angeles, California, in the mental health or behavioral health space, then we actually have a home for them as well too. So that's what it's all about. It's all about tapping into your gift and just actually being a good help to everybody else.
Absolutely. And so I guess last but not least, thinking about, what types of deals you're looking for, especially knowing with what you're doing with the various, mental health type setup, like what types of properties are you looking for? What types of properties would you want wholesalers to bring to you that would be within your buy box?
Within my buybacks, I would say behavioral health businesses with at least 5 employees that's doing at least like $500,000 in EBITDA. So their gross revenue could be anywhere from like 1.5 to like $2 million. So yeah, I would say like a mental health program. So that could either be a mental health clinic, outpatient, or even residential. So when you get into residential, like a lot of times we see like assisted livings on the market. So you see assisted living that's like anywhere from like 40 beds and up. That'll be something that's like in my buy box. So that's what I'm actually looking for. And I have a lot of partners that's behind me that being as though we're in the real estate community, they're always looking for like plumbing businesses, HVAC, electric, and things of that nature. So if it's not nothing that I can take down, you bring it to me, then I can actually have you buy it for that as well too.
Wow, good stuff. A lot to think about. Well, Dana, thank you so much for joining today. I'm excited to be able to share what you do and what you're working on with the audience, and to see you just next month at Squad Up again. So it'll be here before we know it. Hard to believe, but definitely full circle over the last year and amazing things to come. Thanks again for joining.
That's what's up. Thanks for having me, Reagan. I appreciate you. Everybody be blessed and enjoy.